Good morning, students. In the previous class, we discussed about quantum mechanical model of an atom. Even the important features of the model, the Schrodinger's wave equation, we discussed in the previous class. Regarding the quantum mechanical model of an atom, we got a new term that is known as orbital. So about these orbitals in today's class we are going to discuss. Okay? We know the wave function psi represents different atomic orbitals in the atom. So before discussion about the different orbitals, first we need to know what is meant by orbital. Because till now, according to Bohr's atomic model, we know about orbit. What is meant by orbit? We know the circular path around the nucleus is known as orbit. Right? But now coming to the orbital, orbital is not a fixed path. Because after Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, these fixed paths of circular orbits concept was ruled out. Okay? Remember that in the previous classes we discussed why it was ruled out, and we came to know we can find only the probability of the electron in the atom. Okay? Now in the same way we can define the orbitals as the region or the space around the nucleus where the probability of finding the electron is maximum. Okay? So we cannot say a particular point where the electron is present. Only we can find the probability of finding the electron is maximum. That region only we can find, not the exact location of the electron. Right? So first note on the definition for orbital. Orbital is nothing but the space or the region around the nucleus, where the probability of finding the electron, is maximum. The space or the region around the nucleus where the probability of finding the electron is maximum in the atom is known as orbital. Exactly means it can be known as atomic orbital. Okay? Understood the definition for orbital? It is not a fixed path. It is the space around the nucleus. Okay? Where the probability of finding the electron is maximum. Now coming to the different types of orbitals. These different orbitals can be represented by the letters S, P, D, F, G, H, so on. Okay? Once if you observe the representation, orbits can be represented using the letters K, L, M, N. There we used capital letters. But coming to the representation of these orbitals, we have to use these small letters, S, P, D, F, small letters. Out of these, whatever the known elements are there, to write the electronic configuration, these first four orbitals are enough. And these letters was given from spectroscopic terms. No need to by heart those terms. Remember this orbital representation can be represented by S, P, D and F letters. Right? After F, if they question G, H like that. Now, first let us discuss about the main differences between orbit and orbital. Then you will get clarity between orbit and orbital. Then we will discuss further. So first let us discuss about the differences between orbit and orbitals. Orbit, orbital. Now, coming to the first difference between orbit and orbital, that is the definition of orbit and orbital. Orbit means what? It is the circular path. The circular path around the nucleus. Right? The circular path around the nucleus is called as orbit. Coming to the orbital definition, just now we discussed. This is the space around the nucleus. It is the space around the nucleus where probability of finding the electron is maximum. Probability of finding the electron is maximum. So this is basic definitions for orbit and orbital. Now coming to the other major difference between orbit and orbital. About this point, in the previous class also explained to you, this orbit represents the rotation of electron. It represents the rotation of electron around the nucleus. Around the nucleus in the plane. Means it explains about the rotation of electron in the circular orbits in a two-dimensional manner. But what is the specialty of the orbital? We know the important features of quantum mechanical model. We discussed that it explains about three-dimensional structure of that. Okay, means the orbital represents this rotation of electron. The rotation of electron around the nucleus. Around the nucleus. Three-dimensional. Okay? Orbit represents only in a two-dimensional plane, but orbital represents the rotation of electron around the nucleus three-dimensional. Okay? This is one of the major difference between orbit and orbital. Now coming to the next difference in the representation. Generally, orbits can be represented by using the numbers like 1, 2, 3, so on. Or they also can be represented with the letters K, L, M, N, so on. But coming to the representation of these orbitals, just now I given to you. These can be represented using the letters S, P and D. Even coming to the P subshell, there are three orbitals: Px, Py, Pz. Even coming to the D subshell, we have different orbitals like dxy, dyz, like that. 5 different orbitals are there regarding the D subshell. Okay. Regarding P subshell, we have 3 types: Px, Py, Pz. There is only one s orbital. Okay, one type of s orbital. Right? About all the different types of orbitals in a subshell with the clear diagrams we will discuss in the next classes. Don't worry about what is Px, what is Py, what is the difference between them. Don't worry about all these. With the clear structures we will discuss further. Just note down the representation only. Okay? Now coming to the next difference. Now the next difference between orbit and orbital is the capacity of an orbit. Orbit can accommodate two n square number of electrons. Okay? Means in a particular orbit there will be 2n square number of electrons can be present. Okay? If it is a second orbit, so 2 into 2 square, so capacity is 8 electrons. If you take a third orbit, so 2 into 3 square, 3 square how much? 9. So 2 into 9, the third orbit can accommodate 18 electrons. But coming to the capacity of this orbital, this is a very important point. Observe carefully. Any orbital, whether it is a s orbital, p orbital, or any different orbital, contains only 2 electrons. Okay? Any orbital can accommodate only 2 electrons. Okay? One with clockwise direction, another one with anti-clockwise direction. Maybe you know this point. Remember the difference between these two. The orbit can accommodate 2n square number of electrons, but an orbital can accommodate only 2 electrons. Now coming to the last difference between orbit and orbital is their shape. We know, in the definition only we know, the orbit means circular shape. So all are circular shape. Okay? All orbits will have circular shape. But coming to the orbitals, orbitals will have different shapes. For example, first you write the orbitals have different shapes. For example, as I told you, the structures, everything with the diagrams we will discuss in next classes. In the difference tabular form, just simply note down few things. Like s orbital, if you take, the shape of the s orbital is spherical. Okay? S orbital shape is spherical. dumbbell. Okay? P orbital will have dumbbell shape. And then for exercises, we use that one. So the same way, it will have dumbbell shape. So these are the main differences between orbit and the orbital. Right? Now you got clarity about orbit and orbital. Just note down this. Okay? Now we discussed about orbitals. Regarding orbitals, one thing we came to know, in the atom there are different or many number of orbitals are there. Then to distinguish between one to the other orbital, or to designate a particular orbital, we need few numbers which are known as quantum numbers. Keep the reading as quantum numbers. In the atomic structure lesson, this is the one of the main topic, because if you observe the past 10 years of any competitive examination, the questions asked from atomic structure, if you observe, nearly 40 to 50% of chances are there. The question will come from quantum numbers. Okay? Till now you solved numericals from Bohr's atomic model, starting photoelectric effect, Planck's constant, even dual nature of matter given by de Broglie and Heisenberg's uncertainty principle also. Okay? But coming to the quantum numbers, we don't have a single numerical also. It is a simple theoretical concept. But not only NEET examination, even coming to JEE exam also, recent years, many times they ask questions from quantum numbers. Okay? Coming to medical entrances, majority cases, the question will come from quantum numbers. Okay? Because it is a theory topic. Some logical thinking is needed. So easily you are able to solve the questions. Right? So first we need to know what is meant by quantum numbers. Okay? As I told you, orbitals having different shapes, different energies, different orientation also. Okay? Orbitals have different size first of all, different energy, even they have different shapes and their orientation also. Okay? So, to represent all these, in this way they are different from one another. So, to distinguish between one orbital to other one, we need few numbers. These numbers are known as quantum numbers. Okay? So note down the definition for quantum numbers as simply as the numbers used to distinguish between the orbitals. Okay? Those are known as quantum numbers. Mainly three quantum numbers are used to distinguish between the orbitals. But there is a fourth quantum number which is used to distinguish between the electrons in an orbital. Because an orbital can accommodate two electrons, right? Even to distinguish between the electrons also, we use the fourth quantum number. Okay? So by using the quantum numbers, we can find the exact location of the electron, means the position of the electron in an atom. Position means you don't think in the orbits or the length or the distance from the nucleus. Okay, this quantum number represents to which orbital the electron belongs exactly. Okay, so the main purpose of quantum numbers is these are used to distinguish the orbitals, as well as these are used to locate the electron in the atom. Okay, there are mainly 4 quantum numbers are there. Now coming to the first quantum number, that is well known for us, principal quantum number. Out of the 4 quantum numbers, the first quantum number is principal quantum number, which is represented using the letter small n. I think we came to know about this small n. It was given by Bohr. So that is why till now we solved many numericals using this n value. Okay, what the n represents? Orbit number. Right? Now first go to this principal quantum number was proposed by the scientist Niels Bohr. Now what is the specialty of this principal quantum number? What it represents? Remember, the principal quantum number represents mainly the size of the orbital as well as the energy of the orbital. The principal quantum number represents size and the energy of the orbital. Okay? N values. Principal quantum number represents size and the energy of the orbitals. Here, regarding the size point of view, one thing you remember, generally about energy we already know. In the energy formula we came to know energy directly proportional to n value. Means as the n value increases, the energy of the orbital also increases. Okay? Even the size of the orbital is also proportional to the n value. As the n value increases, orbital size also increases. Okay? Now, coming to the values of n. Already we know the n values always positive integers, right? It starts from 1, 2, 3, 4, so on till infinity. Okay? The n values starts from 1, 2, 3, so on. The n value is always a positive integer. Okay? Orbit number won't be a negative value. So principal quantum number values are always positive integers starting from 1. Now coming to the specialty of this quantum number, let us discuss. Now just now we discussed about the capacity of an orbit. Means the number of electrons can be accommodated in a orbit we discussed. Now in the same way, the number of orbitals in an orbit. Okay? The number of orbitals in an orbit is equals to m square. Many times in competitive examinations they are asking. For example, in the third orbit, how many orbitals are present? Okay. For example, third orbit if you How many orbitals will be present? It is n square, nothing but 3 square. So third orbit contains 9 orbitals. What are the 9? Everything when we discuss clearly about the orbitals, we will come to know what are those. But the number is n square. Okay? Now, the number of electrons in an orbit. If the question what we already written, and the number of orbitals is n square. Every orbital can accommodate 2 electrons. So number of electrons in an orbit is equals to 2n square. Okay? While you are writing in the notes, you highlight these points. Okay? Because during the revision time, when you underline that one or when you highlight this, it can be recognized easily. Okay? So this is about principal quantum number. So it was proposed by Niels Bohr. It gives information about size and energy of the orbitals. Okay? As the n value increases, energy of the orbitals as well as size of the orbitals increases. Okay? So when we are moving away from the nucleus, the size and energy of the orbitals increases. Now coming to the representative, formula is the number of electrons in a orbit is equals to 2n square. The number of orbitals in an orbit is equals to n square. Okay? Now, note down one important point about the energy of orbitals. Energy of orbitals can be found using n and l value also. Okay? After discussing about L, then we can note down the important point. First, let us discuss about the second quantum number that is known as azimuthal quantum number. About this azimuthal quantum number also, we already got some introduction in Bohr-Sommerfeld atomic model, right? Azimuthal quantum number is represented using the letter small l. So this quantum number was given by Sommerfeld. Principal quantum number was given by Niels Bohr. Azimuthal quantum number was given by Sommerfeld. Okay? Now coming to the importance of this quantum number. This quantum number represents shape of the orbital. Azimuthal quantum number represents shape of the orbitals. As I told you, there can be spherical, dumbbell, even double dumbbell shape. So this quantum number mainly explains about the shape of the orbitals. Principal quantum number explains about size and energy. Even regarding calculation of energy, azimuthal quantum number also involves. How it involves we will discuss further. Before that, coming to the values of L. The values of L starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, all positive integers up to n minus 1. So this is the important thing to note. Means always L value will be either equals or less than n, but n will never be greater than n, because the maximum value of L is how much? N minus 1. Okay? It never be more than n value. And one more important note is the L value starts from 0. Okay? Remember this. Now let us discuss about the values of L for different orbitals. For example, if you take s orbital, for s orbital, L value is equals to 0. Okay? For s orbital, the L value is equals to 0. For p orbital, L value is equals to 1. For d orbital, L value is 2. For f orbital, L value is 3. Okay? So remember the values. There is no need to by heart all these, because automatically we will come to know the first orbital. Generally we know s orbital, L value starts with 0. For p orbital, L value is 1. For d it is 2. For f it is 3. For g it will be 4. For h it will be 5. Like that, so on. Okay? So these are the L values for different orbitals. Okay? Now, coming to the representation of a orbital using n value and l value. So look at this is a simple one. Notation of the orbitals or subshells, anything. Now for example, if I give n value 1 and l value 0, how can you represent this orbital? Yes, for L value is 0 for which orbital? Just now we discussed S orbital. This one represents, this as S orbital belongs to the first orbit. So while representing, they can be represented like this. Okay? For example, if I give 2 and 0, L value 0 means S orbital, n value 2, so it is nothing but 2s orbital or 2s subshell. Now coming to the, for example, if I give values like this, it represents what? So n value 2, L value is 1 for which orbital? It is for p orbital, so it is 2p. Next, if I give 3 and 1, L equals to 1 for p orbital, n value is given as 3. Now you tell me, you write the n and l values for this given orbital. What orbital I have given here? 4f orbital. So 4, this represents n value. So n value for this one is 4. For f, L value how much? Just now you written in the notes. For s it is 0. For p it is 1. For d 2. For f it is 3. Okay? For 4f orbital, L value is 3, n value is 4. Right? So this is the way to represent orbitals. Right? Just copy this one. Now, as I told you, the energy of the orbitals can be calculated using n value as well as l values. Okay? Right there. The energy of the orbitals is proportional to n plus l value. Okay? For a particular orbital, the energy of the orbitals is directly proportional to n plus l value. Means both principal quantum number as well as azimuthal quantum number. Okay? Let us solve some examples. Then you will come to know how to calculate n plus l value. Just now, in the previous example I given, if they give a orbital, what is n value, what is l value, how to write, we have discussed in the previous example. Now let us take 2-3 examples here. For example, if I give 3p orbital, this is example 1. 3p orbital. What about its n plus l value? What is n value here? N value is 3. For p orbital, l value is 1. So what about n plus l value? N plus l nothing but 3 plus 1. It is 4. Okay? A simple thing. For example, if I give 5d orbital. 5d, the first number 5 represents n value. Next, from this letter, we will come to know the l value. For s orbital, 0. p 1. For d it is 2. Then what about n plus l value? 5 plus 2. It is 7. Right? It is a easy thing to do. Got it? If you understand this, then solve the question. Note down a simple question and do it by your own. The question is, which of the following orbitals has highest energy? Okay? Which of the following orbital has highest energy? The options given to you is 3s, 2p, 4p, 4b. Okay? So these are the 4 options given to you. Now we need to find which of the following is having highest energy. Okay? Nothing but indirectly highest n plus l value, because the energy of the orbital directly proportional to n plus l value. Tell me, what is your answer? Let us check. Coming to the first option. What is your first option? 3s orbital. Its n plus l value how much? So let us calculate it. N plus l value 3 plus 0. It is 3. Understood why I am taking 0 here? Because it is a s orbital. The second option is 2p. Means its n plus l value. N value is 2. For p orbital, l value is 1. Total it is 3. Next option is 4p. So n plus l value 4p 4d. In that case, n plus l value. N value is clearly 4. For a d orbital, l value is 2. So it is 6. Okay? So out of the 4 options, the orbital with highest n plus l value is 4d orbital. When it is n plus l value is highest, its energy is also highest. Okay? Regarding these type of questions, we will find some cases where n plus l value can be same. Okay? Understood the logic? In these first two cases, n plus l value is same. Then in these two, how can we find which is having more energy? Okay? I'll give you one point. Mention in the notes as note. Because during the revision time, this point will be useful. Okay? So in which case we need this concept is in the orbitals with the same n plus l value. Okay? So when you get the orbitals having same n plus l value, the orbital with more n value, the orbital with more n value will have more energy. Okay? So when n plus l value is same for any two orbitals, then in all those cases you can go simply using n value alone. Okay? The one with the highest n value will have highest energy. So note down this point. Right? Now, in this case, for example, we have 3s, 2p. In the case of 3s, n plus l is how much? 3 plus 0. We got 3. In the case of 2p orbital, n plus l value we got 3 only. Now, if I ask, what about the energy of these two orbitals? Which is having more energy? Both are having same n plus l value, but 3s orbital is having more n value because it is 3, it is 2. So that is why if you compare the energy of these two orbitals, the energy of 3s orbital is more than 2p orbital. Right? Because more the n value, more will be the energy. When this condition, when n plus l value is same. Okay? Now one more, a small exception is there. Note down that one also. Why particularly and separately I am going to give, as I told you in the previous also, one important point we will discuss after azimuthal quantum number. Let us discuss that one. Because in recent years in JEE and NEET, they asked one question about the energy of orbitals in hydrogen atom. They asked. Okay? For hydrogen atom, there is an exception. So note down that exception. The energy of orbitals, the energy of orbitals in hydrogen-like species. The energy of orbitals in hydrogen-like species. You know hydrogen-like species means what? Hydrogen atom or He plus means the species containing one electron. Li plus 2, beryllium plus 3, so on. So the energy of orbitals in these type of species means the species containing single electron in these species depends only on n value. Okay? In the case of these type of species, the energy of the orbitals depends only on n value. Okay? They don't depend on n plus l value. So while copying the notes also highlight this point. For example, if we go for energy comparison of 1s orbital and 2s orbital, which will have more energy 2s because its n value is big value. So if I ask you to compare the energy of 2s and 2p of hydrogen atom, this is only for hydrogen-like species. Both cases n value same, so energy is also same. In the same way, if you compare 3s, 3p, 3d, whatever it is, their n value is the same, so their energy is also same. In the case of hydrogen-like species. Okay? So this is about principal quantum number and azimuthal quantum number. About the next other two quantum numbers we will discuss in the next class. But your duty is in the free time once revise the concepts whatever we discussed in today's class. Because I told you the importance of quantum numbers in the competitive examinations, right? So once you go through it, if you have doubt in the study hour time, we will discuss. Okay? Thank you.